What up, world? It's Fez, back at Fez for Superbooth 2024. We're here. Let's go see the gear. All right, so we're here with Schmidt. And look at this space station of a synth right here. This is an 8-voice polyphonic synthesizer. It's got 4 oscillators. It's even got an analog wavetable on here. So I gotta hear what this sounds like. So let's check out what Novation's got going on behind me. They combined 10 bass stations, wired them up all in unison. Let's see what it sounds like. We're here with Silhouette. This thing behind me, it is a visual synthesizer. So basically, it can take any image from its camera. It can take images from photos or with using its camera and turn that as a modulation source to modulate the hybrid synth that's also a part of this machine. This is some pretty innovative stuff. I don't think I've ever really seen anything like this before. All right, so let's check out this Oberheim TEO-5. This is kind of similar to the sequential Take 5 in the fact that it's the first affordable poly synth from Oberheim. All right, y'all, we're here with Mad Sound Factory, or MSF. We're checking out the Drop. The Drop is a standalone, all-analog bass synth that's made for making just earth-shattering bass drops. You get a lot of crazy, gnarly kick drums with it. Of course, bass lines. It's got a few modular connections as well. Let's check it out. we're here with Chase Bliss. I got my buddies Joel and Scott here. We're checking out this new Onward pedal. It's a dynamic sampler, and y'all know I love samplers, so I need to hear what this pedal is all about. I'm gonna let Joel start breaking it down for us, so tell us about it.
Right on, yeah. So I'd say like high level overview, we're calling it a dynamic sampler, and the reason for that is it does all this kind of sampling with your guitar or whatever your whatever the input is, and changes the way it samples it, depending on how you have the settings, but also depending on like how hard or soft you play. So there's a big dynamic element, and I find when you're playing it, you can play like a pretty similar thing, and depending on how hard you're going in and digging in, it can like really change the way it sounds in a really fun way, I think.
So there's two sides to it, two sides that run in parallel. So what you've been hearing this whole time is this smooth side that kind of captures whatever you're doing, almost like an oscillator on a synthesizer, and just holds it. So the kind of key thing to understand about Onward is like when you are moving and playing, it just moves along with you, like any other live effect. But then when you stop, it can kind of fill in that space in between. So if Zach doesn't play a thing, it's just gonna stay there. So that's a free side, and on this side it captures short phrases of what you're playing and repeats them. You can lock either side at any time, and then follow along and play with it. Give me a little note or two. Cool. So that's gonna stay there now because I've locked it in. And what you can do is turn the other side back on, and that will follow along with what you're doing. You've got a strip of effects here, so you can start to manipulate how those samples sound. You can do saturation or sample rate reduction over here. You can add a harmonizing voice here that's half or double the speed. You can add some motion down here. You got vibrato for some wiggles. You got some chorus for some dreamy stuff. It has a synth style envelope here, which is really fun. So this allows you to have swells and to control how the effect comes in and out. So for example, if we do this, we're only going to get short bursts of sound now. So with the sustain all the way down, you're only going to hear that sound for a brief moment. You can also make the swell more gradual. So kind of like an ambient synth. And then as you turn this up, it'll hold longer, all the way up to infinite. And then you can mess with the stability and how you can add errors or malfunctions that will add some variation and randomization. So this will set how likely that is to happen. So down here, it's just a bit organic, like just a little bit of surprise. And then here, it'll totally take over. So you can mess with the timing in this left mode, which will give you these rhythmically related shifts in the timing. In this mode, it'll kind of act as if this thing was like broken and old and falling apart. So it'll start to have failures in its ability to play back sound, and it'll also shift around the sample rate as if it's dying. Which we like. We like that. And then the last one changes the playback speed and direction. Everything in octaves, so double or half, so it's very musically related. And each side actually sounds different. So these two sides are really kind of their own, they're like an unlikely team. This side will give you more like rhythmic mistakes, and this side will give you like little blips.
All right, guys, we're about to wrap up day one here at Superbooth 2024. As you can see, there's so many booths, so much gear around here. We barely scratched the surface. What do you all want to see? Drop a comment below. Let us know what you're excited about. Maybe you heard about an announcement that I haven't even saw yet, and we can go see it. So see you at day 2. Peace.